Okay. Hi, welcome to Shabit Uganda e-learning. My name is Nelson Biswamba, and in this video shall be concerning much more about addition of time. This is going to be a continuation of our video today, and we shall particularly look at what we call subtraction of time. That is part of our subtopic, telling time. Okay, so we are going to look at subtraction of what? Subtraction of time. Here we are going to be able to understand if they tell you to subtract a certain time, you are given a certain amount, a certain period of time, or you took a certain period of time, but you want to understand the time you took from the time maybe you started to the time you ended. So you find yourself involving what? Subtraction within the time. Maybe you went to school and you went to school and spent some hours while playing, and maybe some hours while eating, some hours while uh, uh, maybe cleaning the cleaning some of your classes. So you may need to understand how much time do you spend while cleaning, how much time did you spend in the breakfast. So you find that this will make you involve what we call subtraction, and this is very important that in our aspect of life that we need to understand. As we do that calculation, we also need to understand how we can present it on what? On the paper. And this is how the questions are always set. Examples of our part A. We have hours, and we also have what we call minutes. So in these minutes that we are having, we shall be able to do some subtraction, and we see how do we subtract this, how do we subtract hours, how do we subtract these minutes. Okay, so in our examples given, we have our 4 hours here, and we have our 1 hour here, we have our 20 minutes here, and we have our 50 minutes here. Now we are going to make an operation of what? Of subtraction. Okay, so when you can see here, we have these are minutes. The minutes must be subtracted from the what? From the minutes. You cannot subtract minutes from what? From the hours. Hope that one is very clear. We are saying we shall only use minutes. The minutes should be subtracted from the minutes. Then hours should also be subtracted from the what? From the hours. Okay, let's have a look. Here on the top we have our 20 minutes. Then we are subtracting it from what? From 50 minutes. Now when you subtract 20 from 50, okay, here we don't use this concept of getting this 0 and you bring it here. No, we get all the minutes. Which is 20, and all the minutes which is 50. Then we subtract all words together. All right. So this means when we get our 20 here minus our 50, it is going to be impossible. But remember, these are what? These are minutes. And we should be able to know that in 1 hour, okay, in 1 hour, we have 60 what? 60 minutes. Is that right? This is the concept that we should be having in our mind as we deal with subtraction of what? Of minutes. 1 hour is equal to what? Is equal to 60 minutes. So when we have 1 hour being equal to 60 minutes, and here we are having our 20 minutes minus 50 minutes, that means it is impossible. Then we are going to borrow from these hours. Okay, we are going to borrow from what? From these hours. So we are having 4 hours here. So when we borrow 60 minutes, which is equal to 1 hour, we want to bring it this side. We are going to borrow what? 60 minutes and bring it this side. So when we borrow 60 minutes from here, that means we shall have removed 1 full hour. So when you borrow the 60 minutes, that means we shall be able to remain here with some 3 hours, okay? As it was written like that. Then the 60 minutes that is borrowed, we shall be able to get our 60 minutes, which is borrowed. Then we shall be able to add it to the minutes which were there. Okay, so these are going to be what is 60 plus 20? Okay, 60 plus 20, 60 plus 20, we get 80. Okay, we are going to get our what? Our 80 here as the minutes now. Now we can see we have our 80 minutes. Then we are now going to subtract. What is 80 minus 50? 80 minus 50, say 80. The 80 minutes that we now have, we are going to subtract it from 50. Okay, so when we subtract it, this shall be able to come up with an answer of what? Of 30. Okay, so this is how they were able to come up with an answer of what? An answer of 30 using this method. Considering that when here we have a 20, which is less than 50, please you have to borrow an hour from here, which is what? Which is 60 minutes. Then you add it to the minute which was there, then it becomes 80. So you also now subtract because the minutes above here are greater than the minutes which are down here. So we say 80 minus 50, then we're able to get 30. Okay, all right, so that is very clear, and so I hope everyone has understood it. Let's come back also to part what? To part B. We have our part B here. We are having our 25 minus 45. 25 minus 45. So when you have 25 minus 45, 25 is very small than 45. That means we shall also come here and borrow our 1 hour, which is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, we shall also come here and borrow our 1 hour. We borrow 60 what? 60 minutes. So when we have our 60 minutes plus 25, we shall be able to come up with 85. Okay, 80 what? Okay, shall be able to come up with 85. So when you have now 85, then we can do what? We can subtract 40 what? 45. So here we shall be able to come up with 40. Okay, so that's why you can see here they are able to write the 40 what? The 40 minutes. The 40 you get from here, you come and write it here, then you indicate minutes. Then here it was 3 hours, but we borrowed 60 minutes. And once the 60 minutes is equal to what? Is equal to 1 hour. That means here we remained with what? With 2 hours. Okay, so we can now subtract these hours also. What is 2 minus 1? We get 1. So that means the hours, we have 1 hour, then 40 what? 40 minutes. All right, that is as simple as we can do subtraction of what? Subtraction of time. Okay, let's also look at another example concerning the word problem. In a word problem, we are having a question in the form of a statement. Okay, so in this statement, they also want you to understand what is exactly required. Does this statement requires addition or it requires subtraction? So with subtraction, we shall be able to see what do they consider. All right, so we can be able to see this statement examples. Okay, they are saying Bankunda spent 5 hours, 20 minutes at school. She played for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay. Then they are asking how long, for how long did she stay in class? Okay, let's understand this. Here they are talking about how long. This word simply means how long. It simply means the time this lady or this lady or this man was able to stay in class, because we can see he spent 5 hours and 20 minutes at school. Then in the 5 hours he was able to play for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So this means we shall be able to state out that the total time at school, which is equal to 5 hours. Okay, the total time at school is what? Is 5 hours. Okay, so then we can also be able to state the time she spent while playing. Okay, 5 hours and 20 what? And 20 minutes. Okay, we write them. And 20 what? 20 minutes. Okay, so the hours that she spent while playing, we shall be able to bring our one here. 1 hour. Okay, and 30 what? 30 minutes. Okay, so here we shall be able to perform our what? Our operation of subtraction, and we subtract. Remember here we are having 20 minutes, then here we have 30 minutes. But when we subtract 20 minutes from 30, it is really impossible. So we said you do what? You borrow some hour here. You borrow 60 minutes. You don't just borrow only one and bring it here, but you borrow 60 minutes, because we know that 60 minutes, okay, is equal to 1 hour. Is that all right? So this is the concept that we are using. If you want to remove the hours, you have to take off the 60 minutes. So here we are saying 60 minutes. We remove what? 1 hour, which is equal to 60 what? 60 minutes. So when we remove 1 hour, so here we are going to remain with 4 hours, and we bring the 60 what? The 60 what? The 60 minutes here. So here we shall be able to say our 60 plus 20. Then here we shall be able to get 80. Okay, shall be able to get 80. Then we said here now we just subtract. What is 80 minus 30? Shall be able to get our 50 minutes. Okay, 50 what? 50 minutes as our remainder. 50 minutes. Then here we are having our 4 in the column of hours and our 1 in the column of hours. So when you subtract this 4 from 1, so 4 minus 1, we shall be able to get our 3 what? Our 3 hours. Okay, so you can see that we have been able to come up with the what? With the right answer that they really got. So following this is very important, and also knowing that 1 hour is equal to what? Is equal to the 60 what? Equal to the 60 minutes. It is very, very important. So for this, you can be able to understand and find out multiple of questions that are related to subtraction of what? Of time. That is how they always ask. Hope everyone has been able to understand this. Please be able to do this very well, and also be able to look out and see how you can pass those things by making a review and watching the video very well, just a step by step. For this, I do say thank you very much. Please be able to check out on our recent lessons that you might have missed, and also be able to subscribe to support our channel as we put on these resources. For this, I do say thank you very much. God bless you. Have a good moment.